The MoneroTopia guest segment is sponsored by Cake Wallet. Store, send, receive, and exchange your Monero and Bitcoin safely on iOS and Android too. Cake Wallet is open source, and you always control your own keys.
Hello. What's up, guys?
Untraceable, what's going on, man? I hope you don't mind we ran the guest segment. I know you said you didn't want to necessarily be the special guest, but you made it today, so you are our special guest.
It's all right.
How's it going?
Yeah,
man?
what's up? It's going great. It's been very busy the past 2 months. Moved, doing renovations, growing a garden, and then I also have the toddler, and a lot of stuff going on. It's fun.
Living life, enjoying life.
Yes,
that all
yes.
sounds great, man. Yeah, a lot of people get caught up in this stuff, and they kind of forget the purpose of money in the first place, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It's meant to live. Not
I
just
was
to
very
talk about.
I was very tuned into this whole crypto space for the greater part of the past decade, and it's been nice to just I've just been kind of unplugged, just doing my own thing, and kind of just forgot about everything. And until this cubic bullshit came up, and I'm just scrolling Twitter, I'm like, all right, what the hell is this?
Well, we appreciate you coming out of Wonderland over there,
hibernation.
living a good life.
Yeah.
Yeah. back into the trenches over here to step back into. Yeah, I mean, what do you think, man? Is it all just nothing really to worry about? It's just a mining pool doing a unique thing, or do you think there's some potential concerns here?
Well, my initial reaction, which is still holds true, it's just marketing scheme to get their name out there. Because if it wasn't for them mining Monero and attaching themselves to a coin like Monero, which is one of the OG coins since 2014 and well known in the top 30, everything, no one would even know about Cubic. And no one would hear about it. They're doing some AI computing thing. Okay, how many other coins are doing that? So it's just a marketing scheme, and unfortunately, it is working out for them pretty well. That's not to say that there isn't an actual threat there, because what they are doing is economically incentivized. So there is a possibility that they could have this 51%. I posted about it and I said I don't think it'll ever happen, and it still doesn't seem. It seems a bit okay. It's possible. I still just don't think it's going to be as easy as they think it's going to be. This come from beyond guy, he's so annoying. This is the thing that annoys me the most. He has such an ego. He's the supreme ruler, and he's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna take over the Monero network, no biggie. And yeah, we're gonna do what we want, and bow down to us. All the miners come over here and mine on Cubic, and just follow my plan, and you guys will make money. And I don't know, it just annoys me.
Yeah. He's got his ardent followers. I mean, the stories of him being super OG, even part of the crypto note crowd, part of the initial.
I don't know about that. I hadn't
Yes.
read anything about
I haven't
that.
verified that from anyone. Yeah.
So
I've seen people mention that, but I have not.
So about their inconsistent hash rate, it's because they do that purposely. So when they were on mining pool stats, you notice they come and go. Their hash rate goes to 1.5 gigahash and then back down to 0, and then to 2 gigahash and then down to 0. Is because they're doing 50% Monero mining 50% of the time, and then the other 50% of the time they're doing some AI training with their compute resources. So that's the reason why.
So it's basically just the idle time of their servers.
Yeah, I guess. Well, anyway, today they are doing a 24-hour Monero only marathon. So they removed they stopped reporting their hash rate to mining pool stats, but it's very easy to figure out. You can just look up this jet ski pool, which is a cubic mining pool, and they have all the stats there. So right now they have 1.81 gigahash per second. And to be able to 51% attack Monero, they would have to overpower all other miners. So if the Monero network hash rate, let's see right now, it's 4.61 gigahash, they would need 4.62 gigahash. So they would need to more than double their current hash rate. And their plan is just that miners are going to stop mining Monero and just come mine Cubic because they earn more, which I don't know.
Wait, what are you saying? They would need the whole? They would need 100%, not 51%.
Well, it's because to 51% attack, you need to count their own hash rate. So it's the network hash rate plus their hash rate divided by all the other miners. So they essentially need to have as much hash power as the entire network to be able to 51% attack it. You see what I'm saying? So they have 4.62 gigahash, and the rest of the network has 4.61 gigahash. So they actually have.
Right. Yeah, because they'll be they'll be increasing the total hash power as they try to approach 50%.
Yeah.
So they're currently what percentage of the network?
I think it fluctuates between 20 to 30%, 20, 25. The highest hash rate recorded, I think, was like 2.6 gigahash from Cubic. Right now it's at 1.8, so it's actually decreased. And I don't know. It's not going to be as easy as they think to be able to surpass to double their current hash rate. The come from beyond guys like, oh yeah, we'll do it in the next week or two, or maybe in a month, and I just don't buy it. But one thing I am doing, and I will. Other people I think are also going to be doing. Xenu, he had the video about how to rent hash rate. I'm actually renting hash rate right now to P2 pool, not just any centralized pool. So P2 pool is
nice.
Is the best pool to rent hash rate to, and I have about 1.2 mega hash rented there right now for like the weekend. And I don't know if it does seem like a possibility that they could try to 51% attack if their hash rate does grow, maybe over the next 6 months to a year. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as quick as they think. Then the community can come and also rent hash rate and bring their computers online. And overall, Monero is too important to it's not going to fail. Shitcoins come and go. If you remember Zephyr, the stable coin, Monero fork with the stable coin, they also had they were mined with random X. Now they weren't trying to fix 51% attack. They weren't merged mined or anything, but they had a larger or almost as large hash rate as Monero did. That was like 2 years ago. And everyone's like, oh yeah, Zephyr is the new Monero. There's no need for Monero now because we have Zephyr, which is like Monero, but it also has a stable coin. It's going to surpass it in hash rate, all this and that. And Zephyr is like dead now. They had like some inflation bugs and other problems, and the hash rate is down the gutter. So there's always going to be a solution because Monero is too important. If it comes down to this economics of Monero and mining isn't sufficient to thwart some kind of attack such as Cubic is trying, then the community and the developers will come up with some solution. I don't know if that'll will entail changing the consensus to something like proof of stake, partially proof of stake, proof of work. There are smarter people than me thinking about this, and they're talking about it in MRL as well. So overall, it's interesting because if it wasn't Cubic doing it now, someone else would do it in the future. It's just another attack, like from Chainalysis, doing the poison outputs, and which we are now solving with full chain membership proofs. And what doesn't kill Monero makes it stronger. So if it wasn't Cubic doing it now, it's possible. So someone else could have tried it in the future, and we will just have to solve it some point down the line. So it's good that we're thinking about this now and realizing that this is a potential issue, so that we can figure out as a community how to address it and make Monero stronger, so that we can have the best digital cash for the world.
Exactly. Yeah, it forces the Monero to respond at some point. If this attack is legitimate and exists, it's gonna have to deal with it at one point or another. So it's like better it happens now. Sooner the better, so that Monero can figure out how to thwart things like this. Like you said, maybe being a hybrid proof of stake or something. I was throwing those ideas at Francisco. He came on the show a couple days ago on a Monero Talk. He was saying no. He obviously, him being very much a proof of work guy, saying no, that would never make sense. That wouldn't even help for a couple of reasons. But we have like Andre from Zano, who's claiming that one day Monero will actually be proof of stake. Maybe this is what he was thinking in terms of reasoning as to why you.
Well, a lot of people hate proof of work, proof of stake, and I can see why. I'm undecided on it. I don't think it's the first solution that we should go to. We should explore all other solutions, maybe like CPU/GPU mining like Tari does. I don't know what the solution is, but collectively we'll think of something. And it took forever. It took a long time. We're going through Seraphis and now full chain membership proofs to come up with the best solution. So these things take time.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see what happens if they do get close or start to approach, like what the immediate effects would be and responses, reactions. I guess obviously people would start turning miners on to fight it, renting hash power. But then, I don't know if there would be some kind of talk of, like you're saying, like essentially changing the proof of work, right? It's kind of like what we did to the ASICs when that happened in the past. When Monero was trying to be ASIC resistant, you had ASICs that were then created for Monero, and we would just fork away and create essentially a new proof of work. Obviously, RandomX was invented to prevent the need to continue to do that, but maybe effectively we would have to see something like that if you really were forced to try to do these cubic miners, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's one of the weak points of CPU mining, which no one thought about until this started happening. So it's in a way that it's good, like I said, that it's happening, because it would have happened at some point down the road if it wasn't happening now. Because ASIC mined coins aren't susceptible to this, but ASIC mined protocols have a bunch of other problems. So personally, I think the trade-off is worth fighting for, to keep it CPU mineable. But all of this.
I mean, Francisco is saying though that this would apply to ASICs as well. The same attack concept of what they're doing with the mining pool, where they're essentially merge mining. But I didn't totally follow his reasoning. I tend to agree with you that ASICs make this harder to pull off.
Yeah, because if Cubic were doing such an attack on an ASIC mined coins, then the Cubic miners would also need to have ASICs. So I mean, I guess it's theoretically possible if they're going to try to convince Bitcoin miners to stop mining Bitcoin and start mining cubic, because if they somehow can also offer higher rewards. But
Exactly.
Yeah, all this is much more difficult if Monero would be higher valuation, because what it comes down to, it's an economic attack, because Cubic can offer to pay miners more because the Monero block reward is so low, half a 0.6 Monero every 2 minutes, and Monero is only $300 at the moment. So daily, I don't know, I think that's like $130,000 a day. So if you can pay miners more, miners who are only profit driven and they don't care about morals or ethics, and they don't care about the coin they're mining at all, they just care about money, then yeah, there's a argument to be made that that could work, that they'll mine cubic just to make more money. And yeah.
Exactly. Tux, I don't know. You got anything you want to bring up? Any questions?
Not really. I'm just curious how long they can keep this up for. Because the only thing they have is the fact that people can make the cubic while they're mining Monero, and they get rewarded in cubic, and that's basically the incentive, right?
Yeah, and it's also dependent on Cubic's price performance, because their inflation is really high, so miners get paid a lot of cubic. But how is the cubic price gonna stay afloat? Like, what do you use cubic for? It's just FOMO, a lot of hype, because
Francisco's saying there's kind of a bottleneck too with even dumping your cubic, right? So these miners are getting it, prices going up, but they're kind of stuck in cubic.
Yeah. So we'll see, but all in all, I think it's interesting, and I'm not extremely concerned that there's actually going to be any harm to the network in the long run.
All right. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it for now. I mean, we'll all keep an eye on it. So are we seeing any rise in hash then, with them saying this is their power hour here for the next 24 hours?
Their hash rate is actually a bit lower than it's been in the past week. So it's actually gone down. So they're about 1.8, 1.9 gigahash per second, whereas the past few days where they were breaking over 2 gigahash. So it's actually gone down a bit. So we'll see how it goes.